Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you how I did the Epic Trials of Silverglade. Really straightforward this one. I'd spent 2 times, Nightshell 1 times, Arnu for this to give ourselves a little bit of a head start in mana, and a mini upgrade in power. But this is really straightforward. This is the last level now, level 350. The team we're up against doesn't really have a lot of threat apart from Willow at the bottom. Arcanus dispels an enemy and deals 100 damage. It is of course a fair amount of damage, gains 4 magic and enchants itself, so we'll get ready to do it again quite quickly, but it's not going to be around long enough to be honest. Swordmaster does a similar amount of damage to the first enemy, boosted by the enemy's mana cost. Elven Bard gives 2 magic to an ally, and mana equal to half their mana cost and enchants them. And Willow does the most overall damage, dealing, in my case, 90 damage to all enemies boosted by brown gems destroyed. And it destroys a row, gaining a bit of mana at the same time. Now, there are 2 other troops that mana block Willow on green, which are Swordmaster and Elven Bard. But Willow is the only troop that uses brown, and we can stop them getting that really easily. Herald of Crystanax is a cool troop. It converts all blue gems to green dragon gems, and if Crystanax is in my team, all allied dragons gain 4 magic. So you can totally look out for that convert blue to green, and when we get a nice match on that, we'll cast that. That's going to charge up our Crystanax and possibly our Herald of Crystanax at the same time. But the cool thing about Crystanax is, as I was saying about Willow over here using brown, Crystanax removes all gems of a chosen colour. So if we remove brown the vast majority of the time, which we do not use on our team, then we're going to massively restrict what their Willow can do, because we don't want to let it get charged if we can avoid it. So we remove all gems of a chosen colour, then deal magic plus 4 damage, it looks like, to all enemies boosted by gems removed, and has a summon at the same time. So pretty cool, but we'll grab purple when we can at the same time, gain enchant when matching purple gems. Wisp, really useful. I actually like this troop. It was in one of my specialist red teams on Guild Wars Red Day once, and it was an all red loopy team, which all had extra turns, and it annihilated the other team. It was really good. One, maybe even 2 games, I'm not sure, definitely one. I won a game without the other side getting a single turn, and that was on Red Day. That doesn't happen very often. But dispels all enemies, which is good. You can remove positive effects like barrier and enraged, things like that. Charms a random enemy, which on the harder levels does a significant amount of damage, then jumbles a board and gains an extra turn. So you can use all those things to your advantage at the same time. Silver Maiden is here just to be a tanky thing in first place, cleanses and barriers herself, then destroys a row, gaining mana, then gains magic plus 1, armor and life, boosted by yellow gems destroyed. I'm not too worried about that, looking for yellow gems destroyed when I do that. I'm looking for something which I can remove when you destroy a row, which is going to gain you more mana, or an extra turn maybe. That is the good way to use her. So yeah, very straightforward. Going to keep the team order exactly as it is at the same time. Right, let's dive in. Look for 4 matches if we can. No real benefits to getting that. Nobody gets any buffs from 4 matches on this team, but always good to get them anyway. And we'll get purple, because when we get purple with Crystanax, we gain enchant when matching purple gems. We get that straight away. We're well on our way. If you haven't got any 4 matches here or anything like that, you can cast Wisp. It's going to charm the enemy, which deals its attackers damage to the troops above and below, jumbles aboard and gains an extra turn, which can often very much work in your favour, like we've got a 4 match here now instead. So Wisp is really cool. Now, you can use this sometimes. You're going to do this anyway, regardless, but always look for a way of getting an extra benefit from it. Cleanse and barrier herself, then destroy a row and gain that amount of armor and life. Don't care about the yellow gems destroyed, going to destroy a row. But what I'm looking for is anything which drops another gem down onto another one. Nothing jumps out at me immediately. Like if that was a blue one there, for example, I might destroy this row, because then it's going to make me a match on blue. But not seeing anything offhand, unless my eyes have gone squiffy this morning, which is well possible. So in that case, I'll just give them a Skull Bash. Right, so we can do that thing here now, just saying, funnily enough, on blue. And we got actually a 4 match out of that. Pretty cool. Now we can do damage to all enemies boosted by gems removed. As I said, brown is always a good one to remove because Willow is the only troop on their side which uses brown. We don't use brown, so we can take that away. That gives their Willow a less chance of getting charged. Grab these 4 matches just because we can. Have a look for this thing again where we can make a match. We'll do this one here because we're going to match purple. That's going to get enchant for our Crystanax. Let's do that damage to all again. Let's remove brown again. Still restricting what their Willow can do. You can look around more than that sometimes. Like I'll just do it on brown by default to stop their Willow. But sometimes you can actually get an extra turn from that or even more matches on gems because of the cascades that are going to happen afterwards. Nothing too fantastic there, so we'll cast our Wisp. Got a 4 match out of that. Pretty cool. Another one up there. Let's see if we can... Oh, that's going to give us yellow and blue. Oh, and purple. Didn't see that purple. Bonus. More wispy stuff. Just chips away the enemy almost without them noticing it. Because they do a lot of attack. Look, 199, 183. That is significantly whacking away at the enemy. And whacking away at the enemy is a good thing. Right. Do we have anything we can benefit from our top troop? Not really. Be careful not to do a row like this, because if you did that, that's going to set them up for a big green extra turn. That'd be a mana surge for them if we removed this row here. So we'll play it safe. Remove something insignificant, like the top row. There we go. And what we got next? Don't really care about my bottom troops, so let's get some more. I like purple. Green's going to be ready anyway, but yeah, let's get the bottom troop charged up. So it can be good. Converts blue to green dragon gems. If you get a nice match like this, you can absolutely do that. But we're going to cast this first. Let's get rid of brown again. Lots of blue and green on the board right now. We did have a match down there at the bottom, but there was no point casting it because our main troop, Crystanax, was already ready to go. But nothing too fantastic on the blue to green conversion right now. So we can save it. There's no rush. Blue to green, we have it now. We'll definitely cast this. You get a little boost to magic at the same time. On our Crystanax. And we can have a little bit of that. May as well take that on them. Wouldn't mind getting my Wisp up. It's a surprisingly good troop. So we can actually do it. This is where you can be a bit clever, you see, because not only can we pick up this purple for our Wisp, which is actually not going to work. It's going to go onto our top troop. Or something with red in it. But we can get a skull hit at the same time. But hey, we'll do this anyway. Give him a cheeky bash around the head. Do the damage to all. This is where Wisp becomes slightly less effective because as soon as you start losing troops, you have less and less adjacent troops. So therefore the charm fails to have a significant effect. Any blue to green going on? Not particularly. Let's see if charm is the right opponent. Yeah, it did. We'll grab a 4 match from that, just because it's there. Blue to green will be a dragon gem. What's it? Wasn't a 4 match, but it doesn't matter. It's still plenty of mana. These are going to get done now. He's about to die. Let's take away brown again. See, the Willow, the most dangerous troop on their side, just hasn't had a look in on this side. Now, when you get to this stage, it doesn't mean to say that Wisp is actually completely useless. Like, we can actually obviously get this skull hit here and a bit of mana. But if here there's no particular good match, you can cast Wisp. The charm is going to have no effect, but the jump on the board an extra turn will, and it'll often work in your favour. So here we can get a dragon gem match, as well as some purple at the same time, so why not? Or we can just finish them off with a couple of bashes around the bonds. Whatever's easiest. Let's grab this line because we'll collect some green at the same time. Tristan is ready and says, on your bike, son. Or your skateboard or roller skates or pogo stick, whatever you prefer. I don't mind. Whatever mode of transport takes your fancy. Whatever it is, really straightforward way to get this epic trials of Silverglade done. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, helpful, any of that kind of stuff, why not bash that like and subscribe button? It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.